Hello, Internet. Hello, Sam, and welcome back to After Campfire. I remembered that two of my episodes ago, I promised that I would, well, not promised, but I decided that I would do an episode per room until I went through my new place. But last episode, I was in LA. Next episode, I'm gonna be with you, Sam! It's not gonna be your birthday yet, but it's gonna be Christmas! Yay. I'm a Jew. I don't care. Anyways, welcome to the miscellaneous room. I'm kind of embarrassed of this room because this is currently acting as storage because I don't know where to put my things and I also don't have a guest, or I'm going to make this some kind of guest bedroom hybrid. I don't know what the hybrid part's going to be yet. We'll see. It will likely be some kind of game room thing. I don't know. I guess Henry's diary of how to keep on being an adult. I think I did like a little tour of my place, like before I actually moved in, and there was a hole in the floor on the second level because of some weird guidelines of how big of a building you can have in this lot, but I am in the middle of filling it in. Let's see if I can get a good view of it. I think you can see it. Yeah, there's wood. It's being filled in. It smells very weird right now, but hopefully it'll be finished right before I go visit you, Sam. And it's weird. It really is almost the end of the year. So yeah, Henry's Diary of How to Adult. That work stuff is pretty much fine right now. It's getting to the end of the year, so kind of wrapping things up. I just finished a whole bunch of stuff. I actually have to reboot and start a bunch of new stuff, and I'm not really looking forward to that, but it's fine. It's fine. Once I figure it out, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Yeah. So my question is, Sam, I don't actually remember exactly what it was, but I'm pretty sure just like how do you change based on like going in other people's space? Because we were talking about what does space mean to us. And I know Sam, like I like mentioned like, oh, space could be that, space could be that. Well, I forgot to like say and specify space to me is like having control of my physical space. I care more about my physical space and having independent control over it because I'm very nitpicky about my stuff. Anyways, Sam explained how basically the more public he is, I mean like in a more public location versus like in someone else's home, he will be bigger and louder and more Sam, Camp Sam, basically. And I realized I scale in a similar way, but I scale based on the number of people I am friends with in the around. So like if I'm alone, I'll be mostly quiet. If I am with a group of our friends, like when we do New Year's, we should really make sure everyone's on the same page for that, Sam. I will be loud and bombastic because I know everyone there and I just be maximum Henry, I guess. So I know I don't like mess with people's stuff, like literal space. Like when I'm in someone's space, I respect their physical space. But like if they're having a party, I will be loud. If it is people I know. If it's not people I know, like on Halloween, I went to a party with like, it was my friend's party, but I didn't know most of the people that she invited. So I knew like 3 or 4 people. I kind of shriveled up and got quiet and bored really fast. But yeah. But Sam, you asked for my elderly 28-year-old, 28 years old advice. Since you're about to turn 28, you're gonna have another episode before you turn 28, so you'll have time to process this before you really hit that milestone, that big milestone. Actually, kind of two, because you're probably gonna be in my video 2 from now as well, which will be before your birthday. Wait, no, it won't be before your birthday. I was mixing it up with Jason's for a second. So, 28, the big 2-8, the very notable 2-8. Thinking back about that for this question, I was like trying to think of like, is there anything that I did this year that was kind of different? And my advice to you is what I noticed was kind of different about stuff I did this year. And noticing it was bad and noticing you shouldn't do this. So how to be 28 is how to not do what Henry's first half of 28 is, which is as I was getting closer to 30, I started to get a little paranoid about like the things that I should have figured out by now. Like, work and stuff is fine, but like, I don't. I'm in such a weird boat where, like, because I have so many friends that are just like super nerdy dudes, I have a lot of friends that are like single guys, and then like, just basically like a part of why I bought this place, and that was fine, but like, family stuff or like pets and stuff like that. Like, I feel like I've been very overly conscious about like being behind or just not being done with like settling everything down. I don't know. Point is, I let myself get anxious about the future instead of living my life now. To be fair, this has been a weird year no matter what, because pandemic-y shenanigans and just like, what was the other thing I was going to mention? And just, life's just being weird, stressed with my new job. So I've just been stressed out. But the idea is, advice again is, don't suddenly realize your mortality when you're 28. You have plenty of time. And that inspired a question in me, which is, Sam, if you were immortal, what would you do? And I know that's a lot of time, but I want to hear like a little bit of story, like the eras of Sam. Like, what do you think you'll do in the next 10 years, your next 100 years, the next 1,000 years? Like, what kind of things do you think you'll do? Look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye!